Hi, I'm Jen Smith. Welcome to the very first episode of One Verse, One Truth. It's kind of replacing the Sunday source. This episode is just the beginning, but in the coming weeks, here's what it's going to look like. I'm going to be giving a verse of the week and breaking it down, sharing real life stories, and going live midweek to dive deeper and with you. I also have a community on my website where we can talk 24 hours a day. You can talk amongst each other and just have a fellowship community. But for today, it's just you and me, one verse, one truth. Let's go. And today I chose an interesting verse to start because I talk so much about the law of attraction and I get a lot of pushback in the Bible community on it. But of course it works. It's God's law. What you think about, you bring about. And yes, the world has hijacked it, but it's God's. So the verse that applied was Psalm 37:4. Here's what it says. Be delighted with the Lord, then he will bring you your heart's desires. Be delighted with the Lord, and then he will bring you your heart's desires. All right, grab your coffee because we're going to get into some real truth here. This is the verse everyone kind of loves to misread. When we read the verse, most of us picture the highlight reel, like the life, the beautiful life of the house and the vacations and the thriving business and the life we would post about. And here's the thing, we're not wrong to desire that. God made us to dream. We're not worldly because we desire beautiful things and a beautiful life. But the problem is we read the second half of the verse without living the first part. It doesn't say, want it bad enough and I'll give it to you. It says, delight in me first. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Delight in the Lord first. Well, what does that actually mean? It means enjoy God. Don't just get to know him to get things out of him. Right? Trusting his timing, even when it feels slow, or caring more about his heart than your hustle and delighting in God, choosing him over and over again when it's inconvenient, or choosing him when the world says you're crazy, because they will, or when you feel like giving up. It's waking up and saying, God, show me what you want for me. Because I believe that whatever you have for me is better than what I could ever imagine. That's what it means to delight in him. When you delight in God, your desires, they begin to shift. It's a kingdom mindset. You begin wanting different things. You stop chasing applause and you start craving peace. You stop needing validation and you start walking in a confidence. Stop striving and you start receiving. And you know what happens then? God ends up giving you the desires of your heart because your heart is now aligned with his. And this is not a formula for prosperity. It's a pathway for peace, but it is how abundance flows without burnout. You know, when I started this mission, I didn't chase the launch at all. I just chased obedience, not money, not fame. My gosh, I didn't want to put myself out there, but I wanted peace. But by being obedient, the peace came. It didn't come in anything I bought or built. It came from delighting in God and letting him reroute my desires. So let me challenge you. Instead of writing down everything you want, write down what would it look like to delight in the Lord this week. Are you spending time with him because you love him or because you want to get to know him? Or are you just doing it because you want something from him? Are you scrolling for a dopamine or are you seeking truth? Because interestingly enough, when delight becomes the goal, the desires start to take care of themselves. All right, this is really important. So if you're doing the laundry, stop and listen. God is not withholding good things from you. He is preparing you to receive them without being destroyed by them. That's why we have to be patient on his timing. We have to trust him. Gosh, when you start to realize that when your heart shifts, blessings chase you, you just can't wait to get off the world's blueprint and onto God's blueprint. You know, I'm not saying that Proverbs 37:4 is a promise for a perfect life, because it's not. But it's a reminder that the deepest desires of your soul are not found in the world's version of abundance. They're found in the delight of knowing the one who made you and who put your dreams there. So this week, don't chase the dream, delight in the giver of the dream. Boy, I hope that resonated with you because that shift can change your entire life. And I hope you'll join me here every week. And if you're hungry for more of anything, of dream building and of truth, you have a plethora of information. I have a podcast called Launch Your Rocket. You can go to my website. I have the course Bible 101. I would love you to take my Elevate course where you actually live a life launched and on fire and wake up every day excited for life. That's coming soon. And you can certainly always join me live on Wednesdays. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for joining me for the very first episode of One Verse, One Truth. I'll see you next time.